Good evening, good night, good morning, worldwide, good afternoon, the renegade day, the man afraid man of the wilderness. Keep it wilderness for you know, tabloid. Bagwa. My pal, I see you, Bagwa. You got Damian? Direct. You up? Hey, me I beat it till there, I'm a bend right now, you know. My gosh. Yes. But for beat Johncrow jacket. Because when come out with, you know, we have to teach him a little sauce, you know. We have to teach him because, you know, him dumb. I bet he talk to a rock, but he talk to Johncrow jacket. But we have to beat Johncrow jacket. Johncrow jacket called him cabinet criminal, you know. By suggesting, we answer Michael, what my family. By suggesting, I play the role of the FID theme and remind him something, right? We have to do that. It's not the Ministry of Finance. Yeah? The boss see that, really the boss see that, you know, at the Minister of Finance. But him come up with something, I said them an oversight FID, wish we really should have the IC. Wish I really should have a different body, not them. Yeah? Don't go when them get recommendation. But he must say them oversight. Fear body will oversight, will look on them and the FID. We run in the finance ministry by the little E that mummify something. This guy have no brain cell. This guy's a idiot. And by the way, I call them criminal. Because the FID adapted deal with them kind of investigate certain things here. So when I put it up, I remind him with the FID too. Yeah? And when him see the ICR too. So he come up with this idea. I don't know if him feels it, I don't know. But when I tell me it's okay because he must say him cabinet is a criminal cabinet. By even suggest it. He might tell me say them have some spooky thing and hide. And the FID to investigate all of them. Him say it, including himself. Yes. Can not have no sense. Me could look on the FID and them role. I look on them role. And then I go back to the IC because they tell about the success and what they go on with. But when I look at FID role, me follow this. I want to understand. Because I remember, you know, when the FID move towards, and everybody take a check out. But me listen to the role of the FID. Where I say, Kojo. Miriam, wagwan, sister good. Up, you know. You know, so enough respect to them because you know, yes. Hey, Miriam, hey, she get up, you know. When I say she get up and she do her thing, and me I tell you. She a king. Yes. You understand? Because I say if you have a good earth strong, me I have a nice talking today, you know. Sister that, you know. Yes. Say, salute. Head to Tonyel. Me soon, no. Send come by 2 tickets, see me, no. Miriam. Yeah, man, she a king. She do fear thing and I say yes. Good way I say boom bam bam. And the one is, you can see me play music and feel nice. Can we still have clever you know? You know, I move from here, so I feel just me. What you say, man? Oh yeah, me. Zane, skip. What you say? Blessings, sir. Me could look on the FID and me could look what them do now. And I read where him make a dissect for this nastiness. I say, Johncrow jacket. Yes. Yes. Johncrow jacket, by the way, I not give my coat or nothing, you know. Because you're Johncrow jacket already, so you're good. Yeah? Yes. Play this.
Financial Investigations Division and its role in protecting the country from ill-gotten gains from criminal activities.
Stop that. Yeah. He might recommend them to go through this. But the Financial Division did it to protect you from ill-gotten gain, from criminals. Him said they want them to certify them, the Financial Division. And I'm going to tell you why. I never read why I'm big and nasty and fool, you know. Yeah, but it sounds good if them could just take them alone, because, you know, that means I'm tell you, so they suspect the Prime Minister and all. He might call him own government criminal, you know. Yes. Because this is a Ministry of Finance, you know. And them look for forfeit. I'm not talking about play it here with them do. I'm going to read what I say and me asking if him have any sense. Well, me not wrong him, maybe him knows so them, you know, they're spooky with himself, so him the one the FID look through them. And that's why I want him look through still, you know. Him think because Guy Lizard get there, him that be safe. Guy Lizard can't go down the breach, nothing, you know, that me I tell you, you know. He may get charged too. So when you put him both the head and them low on the standard for him get charged. Andrew, I try to do everything for low standard to get away. You now get to the next election, me can't promise you that. Can we see what you do the last time? I'm going to tell PSO, enough of them are going to prison. Long as we sit down, you can not put them neither. We expose them to the tea, you know. And by the way, if Andrew alone, I'm not about them more. So when you stay there, yeah, truly, up man. Up me there. Jam up, me see you now. Skit. Me there, man. Me there. Make a play this.
The Financial Investigations Division, FID, is a division within the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service and investigates.
So, let me ask you now, does that alone tell you? It's not standalone. You hear what they say? In the Ministry of the Way people, and the piece of shit, Johncrow jacket, want them, yeah, them, to certify what cannot be certified. Them want to do it, you know, in the ministry. So the Ministry of Finance shall be the boss, you know, overfit because, yes, I know that office, yeah, you know that department there, you know, the finance ministry. Can you imagine much corruption and pull string in that one? Can you imagine this piece of shit? And then him saying attack. Let me show you something where you attack. Because I put up where you attack. Before I come on that. Let me play this first. Let me play Andrew himself and tell him about what the IC stand for. Listen.
It's general oversight, and I don't want to be giving conflicting views. It is a commission of parliament, but it is still independent. It is independent, like all the other commissions which have to be attached to some form of state authority. But the parliament cannot interfere in or direct the commission as to what to do, in the similar way that there are other independent commissions which are attached to parliament.
So it's a commission of parliament, but them cannot direct them or nothing. No, the FID is a commission of parliament. The FID and in the office, in Ministry of Finance. This time no ministry. Yeah. No, right, no, by far. So the FID no ministry, you know. The FID in a ministry, I see no ministry. And them can't get them chat. Me like when them can't take chat card, me had alone someone to take talk, you know. I want to go to sea, go well, I swim, me not pet shark. So, you know, me like when you have, you know, you have some standalone thing, you know. Yes. See? So them can't get talk. But this guy come up and chat some bullshit. Yeah, where my chat your son. Look how him fool. And then I finish play the FID. Look what him say. Mama put up what you say nastiness, because you don't understand this. You shouldn't be no minister of nobody, you know. Because you don't have no understanding. In a year, Ed, you just want to talk. This is what Johncrow jacket say. Government Minister Johncrow jacket has floated a recommendation for the Financial Investigation Division, FID, to be given the mandate to review and examine the statutory declaration of members of parliament instead of integrity commission with a big dirty thinking self. Them people that look out for criminals. I mean, I play it and make it here. Jacket, remember this where you see us a Johncrow, you know. Look, so you saw a jacket. The surname a jacket, the front name a Johncrow. When you're not similar to jacket, a member of the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee, ICOC, pitched the idea during a meeting of the body on Thursday. If you are providing oversight, you can't trouble it although you provide oversight, you piece of shit. You can't do nothing to it. Your files should perhaps, hear this, go to a director of information to be reviewed at the FID. not at the same entity that you are providing oversight for. That's why you must have no oversight. But listen, your oversight did not deal with them personal work, you know. Your oversight, you know, if them forget more money and them request something, you have to tap it up and you see them at work. So your oversight cannot molest them Johncrow. Let me just tell you this. Well, me never call your surname, your front name, because I just say Jacket. Jacket. Yeah? He said, he indicated that FID has the capacity to examine the statutory declaration of parliamentarians. You're fucking said. So she, where I said the boss, where the FID in affair office, that are the finance minister, the finance minister. So she run through people's statutory declaration. You know, so you know, no sense. I see is an independent body. And there's a creature of parliament, but him tell you already, you can't touch this. And the oversight and of it, you can't touch what them are doing. You cannot use a piece of shit. So you don't leave that and go through. And by the way, I'm going to show you the man that have faith. This is how you big and stink and fool. For our person in the financial industry and for attorneys. Jacket suggests that the statute quo by examine, arguing that members of the parliamentary oversight committee are providing oversight to someone. You know, providing oversight to someone, piece of shit. The reason why them provide oversight and not familiar with them work and see them what them are do. About fast them work for no so we give them more funds and for move I give them more teeth. So your oversight now do nothing with this is a big piece of shit. Who is providing oversight for you? And by the way, I see someone people, me not tell you say it's a done piece of ass this man. I see. Let me ask you something. Mikey, I see someone, Mikey, LMCE, I see someone, I see the IC is not someone. Eh? No man, McLean, Paula, my sister. You know, right now, pet name boy, man, a Johncrow jacket. Right, the right name, no man. Eh? Continuing, he said, it is an arrangement. Certainly feel that way to me, and that has given rise to I think. Because you know, I'm not thinking in your head, it's a piece of shit. No, look what I'm done. Let me show him what the FID do. Eh? Him say someone, I see someone, so him say. Let me play with the FID do, no? Johncrow jacket, I hear that, you know. Let me play with FID, the Johncrow jacket. Hear this.
We know you from another life as D.
Voilà, FID.
Crimes, cybercrime, and money laundering.
So when you go over the Johncrow jacket, if you are in your head, this our FID do. Listen.
Today we'll be talking about the Financial Investigations Division and its role in protecting the country from ill-gotten gains from criminal activities.
Yeah, from criminal activities. So what you do? You really call Andrew understand. Remember I mean say you know, where you say your cabinet a criminal cabinet? You can't remember the opposition now go no one. FID look for nothing at all. And by the way, can you imagine the power in the finance minister hand? And you for make them look on your paper, the finance minister is a piece of shit. This is how you don't. I share the boss. Share the boss over there, so the finance minister. Yeah? And it's not in that office. It's not set up like the IC. You have a piece of shit. This is how you don't know. Yes. No, but this is how I'm done, you know. Because them feeds that through the piece of shit over there. Him could have run go over there go. Him not have no sense. Eh? Look on this.
The Financial Investigations Division, FID, is a division within the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service and investigates financial crimes, cybercrime, and money laundering. FID continuously seeks to educate citizens on the negative impact that proceeds acquired. Welcome to Ministry Matters. Today we'll be talking about the Financial Investigations Division and its role in protecting the country from ill-gotten gains from criminal activities. The Financial Investigations Division, FID, is a division within the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service and investigates financial crimes, cybercrime, and money laundering. FID continuously seeks to educate citizens on the negative impact that proceeds acquired from ill-gotten gains has on the economy, families, and importantly, consequences to the individual. The legislation which governs the Financial Investigations Division gives it powers of arrest. The division is charged with the responsibility of managing and disposing of assets forfeited from persons who have been found guilty by the court of law.
You right now, piece of shit. And you want me finish tell you. You know the finance minister, so them recoup some, so them get them money for use now some things. So she'd be the boss over all these people and them around two things. Like, you're big don't fool, you stink. You feel just fly away. Got away, you're a piece of shit. You wait though. So oh you don't want them, boy, you give them this. Let me like you. So if you go bank some money and them see some things, them know, and this are the crime but them are deal with. And this, that's why I see I recommend, when I see recommend them to FID and the crime, you know, I see I tell you, say, this look like criminality. And you, Johncrow jacket, and say your whole group, I want to go over there. That means you automatically you tell me, say the whole of them are criminal. You might call the government criminal government, not me. But yourself go and you'd rather them go deal with your thing, right? And then you come up with some spooky little fucking shit. When I search run. But you don't say one of them are criminal. And that him saying, not my word. Him just said them are criminal. Play this.
For having assets secured from criminal activity. The Financial Investigations Division, taking the profit out of crime. This was a production of the
So them take profit out of crime. Yeah, the production, I want listen.
Ministry of Finance and the Public Service.
So it's the Ministry of Finance. So you tell me now, oh the fucking Ministry of Finance, where the Minister of Finance with people money, taxpayers money, she to have to go send in a statutory declaration to what? Then she will be the head for where she run in a fair ministry. You fucking ass head. You make sense? You know, see a finance ministry this now. Where must it make sense to make Mikey talk to me now, man? When this piece of shit, Johncrow jacket, I say it makes sense. When you have a lot of dunks around there, you know, this is how them put out, you know, and fling out. Remember listen to Selvin A before them, and them running away, you know? Them running away. Yeah? But remember listen to Selvin A, one work, and this how the ministry do. Yeah? So if it's in a drug smuggling, you're in a lottery scamming, you're in a certain things, and it weighs something and them know, them are come after you, and when you get locked up, them forfeit your things and put back the money in the Ministry of Finance and use it to some other things. And wait, that mean you tell me now, you yourself treat say you're a criminal and Andrew them, where you say them forgot it, you rather them look about you know and assess you know. Them not assess people like this. Yeah? When a parliamentarian, them forgot. So she know, I gotta be the head for assess you know, the Ministry of Finance. In fool, you know. In fool bad, you know. No fool. No fool. May I play this to you? No, tell me where I'm putting the paper. Where the paper never running where? Yeah? Why the paper never running away? Answer about you. You know, say the minute, you know, says that a Ministry of Finance, that's a division of the Ministry of Finance. What the fuck you are saying here? You got I'm more criminality, and by the way, them could I investigate, you know? Yes. That if you have one, but it couldn't in there for them certify, you know. That don't make no sense. It's a branch where they for all if you have how much money and you do all kind of things. What them call white collar crime. Eh? You understand? In brain, where you say? In brain like Andrew. Why? Enough for them brains like Andrew when you know Michael. Eh? Can you imagine move me over your thing or certify your thing? Your piece of shit about them have this and your oversight. The oversight. The oversight can't dismantle that, you know. It can't dismantle the IC. You can't stop them at them money neither, you know. So you can't say, you know, so we are oversight. We not give them the money. By law, they might forget the money for operate. So you can't say, we not hold back the money. We might tell them, and a matter of fact, them there is here tell us, hey, we need some more funds and things. By law, them supposed to have it too. Yeah? I don't know why I'm dragging on foot. But you can't say, you know, so we not give them no funds to go on. You hear what Angela said, right? That more makes sense. Yeah? I'm play self-in fee. I have to educate them too, you know. You know, I burn them out, but I have to educate them too. To the garbage where them put out. Yeah? I'm play self-in. Hear this.
Special Investigations Division.
Yes, I am.
So good to have a top crime fighter over there.
Yes, it's good. My previous life, we had close working relationship with the FID, so it wasn't a difficult switch at all.
Yeah, so treating white-collar crime, giving the attention it deserves. So tell me now, how do you assure accountability in the financial sector?
Accountability comes in many forms, but the FID's task based on the powers that were granted under POCA and the T.
The power were them granted under POCA. And the task that FID work with the police to investigate cases of money laundering, financial crime and corruption. See? So may I show the task for them do. Are you hear him? Eh? We won't go FID. Yeah, because we're not most criminal. You just call yourself criminal. Continue.
The TPA is the Terrorism Prevention Act, and the POCA is the Proceeds of Crime Act. Those two legislation designate the FID to accept reports from financial institutions, such as you know, banks and so forth. With regards to TPA, any suspicious transactions that would come across their attention with regards to persons or...
That's why I tell you, say, you know, when you go down there, when you draw on the money, to them put the money so low, like $1 million something, and you go down there, you have a money a dollar, 2 mil. It raises a red flag, and that's why so much people come out to you. They want to know if you are dry, where you have to do your own money and all kind of things. You know, and I mean, I feel them should do that to people. But through them, I say, them have money laundering, them have, you know, scamming, and them have this, and them have look for all kind of things. Them pressure the little man, the big man, them move, Angel, them move money off. You understand? Go see, not my word, then I see report. But, you know, but make him go and talk. You hear what I tell you? What them do? And by the way, him get something where he must say it started from 2010, no, from 2002. It's there, it documented from 2002. So him never did there around, him just attack Selvine and him just take him on. Him gone now, you know. So even him can correct from 2002, they can look it up. Yes, continue.
It is designated as such by the United Nations. And the laws and the legislation I spoke of earlier criminalizes certain action under those acts. And so our investigative arm will conduct investigations in collaboration with our law enforcement partners, and you will find that people end up in court, people will get convicted. Recently we saw one with the Manchester Parish Council, but there are several others that we have engaged in, and that has helped to start to change the narrative and the whole reality for people who engage our financial sector.
But how successful have you been in actually getting the arrest? Because there's this perception that white-collar crime goes, I wouldn't say undetected, but unpunished for the most part, that you tend to focus, well, the police do tend to focus on the blue-collar criminals and those who are the masterminds, who deal with the money, who launder the money. They don't get prosecuted.
When you look at it on the surface, Khalila, that is so, where the common member of a society would be more affected by violent crime. So our police force, the JCF, which is a major law enforcement entity in the country, would have a heavy focus on dealing with those crimes. Now we have newer entities such as MOCA, which has been looking at that type of crime to an extent, to a great extent. And then in collaboration with the FID, we have been able to now look at some of these cases more in depthly. And as I said before, we are seeing more and more cases ending up in court. So slowly but surely, we are turning the focus on so-called white-collar crime. And as I mentioned the legislations before, these laws empower the FID and other law enforcement entities to really deal with the criminal aspect of white-collar crime. Remember, before that, though, you used to have, or you still have, the fraud squad under the JCF that really used to focus and still focus on white-collar crime. So it's just a broadening of the capabilities.
You know what I'm saying? They used to have the fraud squad, and it's a broadening capability. But this it's not the financial, in a Ministry of Finance. Go after you when you get all arrested, get sentence, and you have all these kind of money where you couldn't go, them go up for forfeit that and use the money. Him want them to go under that car. Where Johncrow Cabint say them are criminal in a cabinet. And that's him tell we. Yes. Because we talk about bullshit otherwise.
Tell me about some of the different types of crime that you focus on there at the FID.
As I said before, the Proceeds of Crime Act criminalizes certain transactions, and it also safeguards against money laundering, which is a big ticket item. And as I said before, the Terrorism Prevention Act criminalizes.
So you see what them there for do? You see what them do? See Johncrow Cabint up there, Yeah? I talk about them, we are oversight. So Kruger, what's his name, Mummy, return. If you sit down and then I see, I take the word everything from a politician, man, that we don't know. A division in a fear age, in a fear ministry. If you go look for and certify, you know. You hear that? See a man sit down in there for certify, you know. I'm sick in the head, you know. Yes. Yeah, man.
Certain actions with regards to supporting terrorism. So funding terrorism, sending money to countries that are involved in terrorism, sending fighters abroad, things like those would attract stiff penalties. And we haven't seen a lot of it in terms of the hardcore terrorism action in Jamaica.
I mean, the FID work with FBI and them thing that too, you know. As I said before. You remember the youth there? Where them they send back the Muslim youth, the Muslim youth there, them are tell about him. Look at.
Jamaica. But under the surface, we are seeing subtle movements of cash supporting some entities. There was one that was recently in the news, the extradition of the Muslim cleric.
Right, Al-Faisal.
Acts like those are really criminal acts that people should shy away from. Proceeds of crime, which is widespread. We focus more on the crime itself or the hardcore crimes like the robberies and the shootings. But we also have drug offenses, lottery scamming, and those generate great number of funds, especially to our young people. And so engagement in those acts would attract money laundering charges. So when these predicate offenses are committed, in addition to focusing on them, we also look at proceeds that are derived from them. So your big houses and your cars and large amount of money in bank accounts and so forth. We look at how we can confiscate those and
when you look at those, them confiscate them and use the money. So if you talk about anti-house and them, you don't have no problem with that, Johncrow Cabint. And you have something where you want them go seize to, no problem. When you talk about shit, you put in the paper, bullshit. Continue.
criminalize the entire action. And so we try to criminalize the action as well as retrieve the assets that you would have gained from those acts.
So tell me something, because as you speak, a case comes to mind that was also in the news very recently, the case of David Smith with Olint.
Right.
So the FID also deals with financial crimes such as fraud, Ponzi schemes will fall on your desk as well. So what was or is the FID's involvement with that case?
The FID has been in operation for some time, but the FID Act really came into force 2010, and then it's
coming from 2002, my brother.
establishing these capabilities came sometime a little bit after. So improving the capabilities to where we are now, it took a little while. I really can't speak of what went on back then. Since I'm here, I've not seen anything to tell me that the FID was involved. But certainly something like that now would really attract our attention, and we would be all over it in terms of full-fledged investigation along with our partners.
I'm following the story recently and wondering how come he was never charged here in Jamaica.
Here in Jamaica, exactly. The same question abound in my head as well. There's no statutory limitations for crimes like those. I raised it recently with some of my directors. We're looking at how we would be able to retrieve documents, other evidence like bank accounts. Those are some of the pitfalls that we would have to deal with. So I'm not going to say never, but as it is now, I've not come across anything to give me a lot of encouragement. But in law enforcement, one thing I'm always cognizant of is that you never say never.
And that would have to be your office that would initiate that investigation, or that would be the police?
Well, if we have sufficient to go off in terms of to indicate that bank account will be here or documentation will be there, then we could initiate it.
Well, the victims, lots of the victims were here, right?
Yeah, that's still here. But to get to the money, we'd have to got the paper trail to see where it leads and where the money is and where the accounts are and so forth.
There's a platform that you have recently launched. It's called Go AML, AML standing for Anti-Money Laundering. So tell me what that platform is and how it works.
It's a computerized platform that facilitates the collection of data, retrieval.
They want to computerize it. So we get that whole understand. So if them put two agencies together, them have the Act 2010, but them put two agencies together and start that from 202. And then them have the Act 2010. So it not start like 2010, it start from 202. We then put some agents together and then them have the Act in 2010. So you remember just explain it to him. Like you make it sound like I just 2010 it come from 202. See? And then them come in with the Act. And then them continue this. So. All right. So let me just do this. Right. So that's the FID. Where man say one them for deal with. Yeah, call brother, let me tell you this. They just call Andrew Owen's cabinet like them a criminal and you want to recommend them. Just tell me say you want to recommend them the FID to check them out. We're not against that. Because we is a certified statutory declaration. And it can be certified with 2 taxi and 3 and all kind of things. We are trying to send Andrew a prison. Andrew Wheatley them and them things. We are trying to. Where Johncrow jacket, where want to take over? Can you not go to, you know? We are trying to. Can I understand where I say this? So? Eh? Let me play and show you something with Andrew here, so. Let me just remind you something that. Let me play back Andrew first, yes, so. Make him line out. So when we can line out the IC, you know, we look on the IC and line out something. You know.
At the meeting of the Shadow Cabinet, our spokesperson.
Look how real leader deal with the thing with Andrew now. Look, just look for me good. Yes, all right. So look for me good. Here, watch this.
On Monday, at the meeting of the Shadow Cabinet, our spokespersons signed the Leadership Code of Conduct, a document originally developed by the Integrity Commission and embodying the 7 principles of public life. Those principles are based on the values of integrity, accountability, and transparency. I think it's very important in Jamaica today that our leaders publicly demonstrate their commitment to those values so that the people can have trust and confidence in the leaders of the country. We have once again, by signing the Leadership Code of Conduct, demonstrated our commitment to the values of integrity, accountability, and transparency in how we operate as leaders, and we commit ourselves going forward to upholding those principles in how we operate and everything that we do.
You see me after you want a clean thing like this when them come and them can't sign the code of conduct and with Andrew them can't sign this. I know them not sign it from way back around 2020 before. Can't sign it. Cannot. That when them are sign, this is what Andrew Owen's do. Let me show you what Andrew Owen's do. Them are sign, but this is what Andrew do. Let me see something.
He's not aware of any member of his Jamaica Labour Party administration being investigated for alleged illicit enrichment by the Integrity Commission.
I have asked
as far and as wide, I have gotten that response from everyone. But as far as I have been told,
he not got far and wide him ask. And then hear this, them ask him again. Hear this.
integrity declarations. I too am concerned that they have not yet certified them. They have written to me asking various questions. I have provided answers, and they have written to me again, and I'm in the process of providing those answers. You will, however, appreciate that it does take some time, and particularly for me, to get 2 or 3 days to go through matters and provide answers. I simply have to be very frugal with my time. And I suspect the same for the Integrity Commission that have to go through several thousand.
So me can't make him pass them bullshit them and not stop him. So for him, no prime minister, and nobody can say, especially a man with those T5 election. I thought like him special for him, you know, film time. And the only thing Andrew will walk up and down with drive up and down with 10 station, police station behind. I mean, by the real original station, them have a vehicle. Right now, same way. 10 station, one man have drive up and down behind with 10 station. 10 police station. Well, what kind of time him have? And cut 2 ribbon. What am I do? Remember bureaucrats do the work. Other people do the work. All them do when them done, them just cut something. Him not fair drive up and down. By the way, if you take plane or you drive in a Jamaica like that, it costs the taxpayers one bag of money. Plus, who cut the ribbon, ask him how much million, how much billion to cut the amount of ribbon. If it not reach 100 billion, something wrong, we have a start percent on that. Because we know if you cut that ribbon there, you know, if you just set it up, it'll take a couple millions. Every time him set up something like that, a couple million well. That not taking up 50 now, 500, no. It'll take a couple million well, somewhere up to 5 million or more. Him to come declare these money. The last time it took more than 20 million in the last year. When them carry the one back, remember, you know, for truck and crane move and them thing there. If you carry the pipeline, go in a Trelawney and a little bit of money and set up and do something, dig the dirt. And when him done, him take them up, poor thing, people them think say them I get water. Millions of dollars that thing burn up. I bet you take a plane, go to London and go somewhere it's that more cheaper. He must spend more money on these cutting shit. More than anything else, and Jonas. Remember, them not come, it not come cheap. It don't. For you drive a 10 station, how much $1 million that? The gas, the wheel and wear and tear. Secure 10 station, nobody never see it. 10. Waste some money. Eh? Nobody question it, not even the PSOJ. Now third world country a mash up. Yeah? Going out there for not at all, you know? Not at all. In the election, the amount of pipe he got turn on. Hey, look, he might tell you him give water and people are buying out for water everywhere. They never have no pipe. Them don't. Andrew a can man, you know. Andrew a can man. See? So him don't know nothing, but hear what him say? Film time. You know, with him. And then if you look through him, that alone did I get you fired. You couldn't in Canada. I don't know where else. And say a thing like that. Like you forget preferential treatment. No! And by the way, you have a accountant. You have a accountant do my other thing, you know. Every February we file the taxes. Now wait till March. File it early. You know what I wait till March and every year. You know you want to file it from them time there. So if you file with the Integrity Commission, he might just make up for that year, you know, and remember he might save up things. You know, where if something lasts or gain or what have you. When my talk is bullshit, he must have got through papers. What kind of paper him himself have got through? Anybody tell you that sound like criminality? Yes. You understand? Thank you. Yes. That sound like criminality. You understand? Come say hi. Come say hi, you know.
Good afternoon, guys. I hope you have a good stream.
Okay, thanks. Okay, high five. All right, good.
Guys, you can also give me a high five too.
All right, good. Let me see already. Okay, okay, Cabint. Okay, Mr. Cabint.
Bye, guys, and have a good afternoon. Once it's night time.
Yeah, let me hear you. Yes, let me hear you, sir.
Once it's night time, I take my nights off.
All right, good. Yes.
Bye,
It's a guy's guy. Bye. Yes. Yes. So when Andrew attack us a bull crap. Let me play it again.
Of declarations, but I would expect that they would give some priority to my declarations.
That is bullshit. You hear what I'm saying? Them for giving priority of FEMA declaration. Yeah? And that him saying now. That this guy just say, sick in my head. Eh? Anywhere else, you have somebody in a driver's seat and say this, he'll get fired. No priority. And I talk about him if he go through lie. That time him go bill up about the taxes now and everything, you know. They can never have them before, you know. He go build them up. Yes, yeah.
I do hope to be able to respond to them before the end of this week. So I'm hopeful that they would do their work and provide the nation with the necessary certification. To be clear, I have tried not to comment on the issue because I find myself in an invidious position in that I have to protect and defend most times the institutions of the country.
You now protect and defend. You protect and defend the pocket. You must protect and defend the country. Well, that's why we have police force and we have the soldier. Yeah? You hear this? Eh? No, him has said no, him not the time I see and full up. And that him that said.
So my silence should not be interpreted as not wanting to address it, but I do have another role, and that role is to protect and to defend the institutions, the laws.
Your role is about protect and defend. Your role is you serve the people of the country. We have entity for protect and do what have you, and we have watchdog. And we have entity for watch over on that don't know, pat a cat out the thing. And who am I talk to? Who am I say? Him should even bring this discussion and no conversation. We am I talk about bullshit? Yeah? Continue.
That we have put in place. So I'm hopeful that in short order this matter will be resolved. By the way,
Stop, Andrew. Me no want to put you outside, can anytime me feel hot under the collar, that's why we are Ganzi, you know, come no want to feel that under the collar. You know, I'm going to play two music. I can't stop and play two music. Right now, can I try to get me hot under the collar, you know. See? You understand? Hey, you want to say a while? Let me play it back. You might try to get me hot under the collar too early, you know. I mean, I try, you know, be a lonesome the school. Play it back.
Is to protect and to defend the institutions, the laws that we have put in place. So I'm hopeful that in short order this matter will be resolved. By the way, you should also know that it is quite routine that the Integrity Commission will write to persons over and over again. Yes. And there would be several persons whose statutory declarations are not certified because they are in this continuous process of asking questions and trying to make determinations.
So you say never know nothing at all and then the right you. You hear what I'm saying, Kumail? This half time come out and say them talk far and wide, you know. Me tell you something cannot be trusted. Just get him clip. Let me tell you something with Andrew. Andrew Willis, let me tell you something with you. Me don't know how Father God, me don't know why them tell you like, brother, they can't trick you, you know. Brother, you either in a, you can't, and a February, because my mother month, I couldn't August, my father month, a Korean month, you know, and yes. And I can December, my wife month. I can November, October, and my kids them month, them the two. And can July, could never, because I know sir, at the lion month that. You know, so me I pick you out from some other months. Yeah, me I pick him out. So just leave out July and August and February. How much month that people? Because Andrew about my month. You know? February, July, August, October, November, and December. Leave out them 6 months. 6 months. If either come from one and then 6 months, them. Yes. But I know this month. Go at me paper so you don't know which month in ban really. You understand? But another month here. Andrew dangerous. Not this month. Maybe about April 1st, right? All Fool's Day, right? Yes. Maybe April 1st. Maybe April 1st. Yeah? But me not know, but yes. I'm here. But somewhere around the but no put inside away. Where's Althea? Where's the not say September? No, me just say 2 months. Me just show 2 months, so it's okay. Remember we have January 2, you know? And we have June. Yes. Yeah. I will say them for. Yeah, I tell me now, you know, Pete. So them for them I see. Where say not me? Well, Andrew, nobody now own you know. But him too lime and dangerous. This guy dangerous. Let me go and play him. Hold on there.
My situation obviously would be public, and therefore it would cause some concerns. And so I accept and I acknowledge that. But it would not have been the first time that the Integrity Commission would have taken a long time to resolve my matters. And I suspect that as Prime Minister, they would want to be very detailed in what they do. I would hope that...
So, brother, if you didn't give them something right at the first time, for the following year, just where you deal with them, what have you just add because they have this already, you know. But you give them lies, that's why they have to go back. Lies you give them. Eh? Where you say? I sent Elizabeth and find him by the beach. But hey, you know, easy, you know. But I sent Elizabeth and find him by the beach. Eh? How will them do? Then give him father, son father and I'm father. That you tell me. And that you say, you know. Yes.
There is no difference in my treatment than given to...
September, a QN month, you know. I'm a data month. October, sorry. So I say October, November, and December. My daughter, my son, and my wife month. I take them out long time, man. And I take out July, man, and February and August, them 6 months there. But me know, you know. Yes. You hear this?
Others, and I really do not, I would not want to think so.
So you hear where my talk? Where my talk are bullshit. After I'm done, come say this. Where's the value? Sure that September. No, but no, come on now. Nobody know one Anjo. Anjo, it bad though. It bad. Because when you're going, people say you're young and you're this and you're gifted. And everybody, nobody know why you're in that month. It bad. It bad when everybody want this one, you brother. Eh? Everybody want this one, you. My father, the 18th in a para. My old man, so you know, God bless him soul. Yeah, the 17th, my father, the 18th. God bless his soul. See? No, it bad, you know. It bad. Cabin when just come here and say I'm at the 4th. Yeah, August, yes. Yes. It God bless his soul. My father. Andrew, you see those say this? You hear Andrew talk about it and a long time. Hear this now. Hear this, people. Hear this. Hear this.
The Supreme Court today rejected an application by the Prime Minister to strike out what he described as scandalous portions of an affidavit filed by a senior Integrity Commission official.
After I tell people far and wide, after I tell people say him a go through thing, look where them carry them, him Andrew own this himself carry them a court. Look here.
In his lawsuit against the anti-corruption body, Justice Althea Jarrett also denied Mr. Holness access to certain documents he claimed were critical to his case, including redacted materials. However, the judge granted Holness and his co-claimants permission to appeal the ruling. The co-claimants are Imperium Holdings Limited, Positive Media Solutions, and Positive Jamaica Foundation.
You hear them thing here? You see the Positive Media Solution? It's mute that put out the garbage and misinformation and disinformation here. Here where him now. Here where him do. Positive Media Solution. If you look when it's farm. Yeah? Him does for 2020 that farm. When you look at value how much money. Eh? It around to all kind of little thing. You hear this? Yeah. Wow. Eh? Up in O'Reilly. Oh yeah, I mean. See? Yeah, film company that let me play it back.
The judge granted Holness and his co-claimants permission to appeal the ruling. The co-claimants are Imperium Holdings Limited, Positive Media Solutions, and Positive Jamaica Foundation. The Prime Minister and the three associated entities sought to remove at least 12 paragraphs from the affidavit sworn by Craig Beresford, the Commission's Director of Information and Complaints. Holness argued that some of the paragraphs and exhibits were an abuse of process, scandalous, frivolous, and vexatious. However,
yeah, both scandalous and frivolous and vexatious. I be a garbage American, you know. And some question I write this, you know. Who don't know them, you know. Remember, Big Mama, one of them an item, you know. Item. And in 1984, when them do to item. Hey, Mike, remember when them do to item in 1984? Go read Struggle in a New York Times in 84 and look what them do. Remember, say we can't find item what them do with items in a 1984 when we do Jamaica Struggle. Remember, me not say not my word. Hold on, yes. I require a Big Mama item. But remember, look on something, hold on. Jamaica Struggle. Jamaica Struggle, 1984. Simply, you know, you can't drive up something fast, you know. Remember, look on Jamaica Struggle, 1984. Yeah. National, yeah. Remember see this? Struggle, 1984. Yes. I'll put 84 when we look at my thing. I look for 84. Okay. All right. No, I won't continue. No, I'm not signing. Hey, come off of my thing, you know. I tell me about signing, fam. Come off of my thing, man. I'm not signing, bro. I'm going at something. So. I never draw for this, you know. 1984, Jamaica Struggle. 1984. All right, Tita. Let me look. Let me look for an item. See it, look. Original document I draw up in, but I look for it, see there. Economic struggle. Jamaica economic struggle if you look for here. See that 5th of September 1984. And a New York Times, so them can't go in it, them digitize it. But more I look on the struggle. Let me see something now in a struggle. Archive. All right, let me look on the struggle now. Let me look on part. But just want to look on a little part. 1980. Let me look on the struggle now. Yes. The death. So, I'm go yes upon Jamaica struggle 1984. It has shown us here I go do. Me just want to see the struggle. Under pressure from the International Monetary Fund, Mr. Blind Argo has announced that he intends to cut Jamaica deficit, which is greater than 385 million at the time, you know, by more than half this year to about 185 million. He has devalued the currency by 100%, people. Last fall, he began removing government subsidies from gasoline and wide range of basic food. that Jamaica has imported for years as a result. It's a Siaga, you know. Remember these things can hide. Gasoline and electricity have doubling price because of many foods, Mr. Siaga said. Mr. Siaga said that gone up to 50 to 75%. Siaga do this, you know. I hear them talk good. These things documented, not my word. And a food relief program has been, see the food relief program started. Prescription drugs have more than doubling price. The price of imported feed for poultry and cattle has jumped also. And this has caused chicken and milk price to rise. In the poor central Kingston area, John Stokes, a father one year old unemployed cabinet maker, sat with two friends in a with a cardboard and tin shack, you know, a foreigner writing, serve as vegetable style. So them I tell you, but more I see something. And at this minute I go here, so you know. I remember just move over Stoke thing, because Stoke thing, you can't draw your belt no tighter, Mr. Stroke said. You had like plenty food, but you don't eat plenty of food. Every week he said another item goes up in price. Yeah, he held up an onion. That look on the price of the onion at that time, 20 cents. He said next week it will cost 60 cents. That are like what, 200-300%? 100-200% gone on that. Begging food. Look at people. Them young girls that with Britney alone, them all beg food. You see this? And them start sell tablespoon of salt. See, they're not my word. Salt for 10 cents. First time nobody not sell no salt and tablespoon and that kind of thing. All right, let me show you something. I want to show you something with them cars. Let me see this. Yeah. Job rate jumped to 25%. Jobless rate jumped to 25% quarter. See that? Unemployment running up more than 25%. Mr. Siaga said, I also plan to dismiss several thousand civil servants. Some government officials say as many as 6,000 jobs may be eliminated through a dismissal. When him done, he moved more than 18,000, more than that, you know. But more want to look on something here, so can I say item now? Food relief. Siaga explain to them what him do to them. Them can't tell me not about Siaga, nobody can live through this. More want to look on this. An item, I go through this. Mr. Siaga said he had explained to the country that this was the year we are going to do all the tough things. But he said this, said the pain is there. I tell them that to achieve any gain, you have got to undergo the pain. With an eye on nearby Dominican Republic, where sharp price increase last spring led to riot, and which more than 60 people died. Mr. Siaga has taken a step to soften the impact of the cut in spending. Look what him do. Food relief. So when I talk about food program, perhaps more significantly, he had started a food relief program under which million people, and nearly half the population, are entitled to free allotment of skim milk powder, cornmeal, and rice. That a food stamp. That a food stamp. Me I gonna show you how them start do you know. Look here. This is when I put them on food stamp. Look here. The light now for make sure you look at me and see light in my eyes, you know. The program government officials say is meant in ensure the people in the lower income bracket maintain a minimally acceptable nutritional level in their diet that are milk powder and cornmeal, you know, not the rice, in spite of the increase in basic food price. See, I go push up the money 100%, devaluate. When I'm talking about with him, you know, and this is talking about minimum wage. Once when them start married up things, man. Well, see, minimum wage all a jump, yeah. And them time I think could have buy, you know, but when you do this, you lick them out of tune and joke. Where's the minimum wage? Eliminated income tax for more than 40,000 people who earn less than 1,250 a year. You see the money here? He reduced taxes and 1,500 a year. At the same time, he increased taxes on automobile, truck, license, cigarette, beer, and whiskey. So all your license and truck and them things, does that mean you know everything I go up when you use it? Tough policies now being implemented will serve as a brake on this year's growth. United States Embassy here said in a recent report, in fact, negative growth is possible. However, the report said the policies enhance Jamaica's ability to realize full advantage of several favorable trend of opportunity. The period of austerity, Thiago said, is a, let me draw it up, passing phrase that in the end will make more Jamaicans able to share in our employment and have better earnings. Never happened. Thiago mash them up. Thiago destroy them. In this, let me show you something. All right, Tita, Jamaica, before me see. In Municipal Grocery Store, they have, all right, Tita, let me go here, so. Through the light, I have to make sure, yes, that we can see it. In Municipal Grocery Store, here these days, customer cannot buy a pound of flour unless they also buy some canned goods and perhaps some detergent. Jamaica refer to this mandatory combining of purchase of marine goods. It is unique that the merchant here, we know the Caribbean for their trading and that and that. So this now, it tell about the item and the goods with them married. So this is me I tell you, go come show you, say I mash up the place, but this I tell you about the I can go, me no want go down in it. The shortage of item, see there? And they tell about the shortage too, you know. When you talk about the PMP, this and this is 1984, man. This is Seattle, see there? And the item, well, Big Mama and the other one, their item, shortage are one of the many symptoms of long-term economic crisis in most of the 2.3 million Jamaicans have begun to feel deeply. Only in the last few months, as the government has instituted a severe austerity program, severe cripple the country. And by the way, and the food item, well, Big Mama and think that them are item. Same way. This is Andrew Honest. Come take them an item. And you go look at who a female and be a require she. But them and Big Mama was item. Andrew play chess with you know. Stop making him do it. Play this.
However, the commission maintained that the statements were directly responsive to claims made by Holness. The case forms part of a broader judicial review and constitutional challenge over the commission's handling of an investigation into Holness's finances and alleged illicit enrichment. Holness has denied any wrongdoing.
In the, oh, you deny a wrongdoing when them run through your things and them see. You want to know, let me show you how I see a work right now. You want to know the progress for them make? Listen this and they call list of people like corporate. Only such a bullshit. Wrongdoing. When them come to you talk about him deny wrongdoing, when them have the money and them have this and them have that, so you talk about deny wrongdoing. You know, say the same thing that Andrew repeat. Deny wrongdoing. Eh? Wouldn't not see that. Hear this. I see report. Hear this.
The Integrity Commission says it's making significant strides in the fight against corruption.
Them a make stride in fight against corruption. But them a try to tell them.
But is warning that legal challenges, leadership gaps, and staffing issues continue to affect its work.
In its 2025-26 annual report tabled in Parliament, the Commission highlights record compliance by public officials, a higher number of convictions, and increased oversight of government contracts.
The Integrity Commission says the last financial year was marked by transition, but also what it describes as institutional resilience. One of its biggest successes was achieving an 87% compliance rate for statutory declarations.
87% compliance rate, so people move. And them not corrupt like Andrew. Yeah, compliance. You see this? Them file it. 87%.
The highest ever recorded by the March 31 deadline. More than 22,000 public officials filed their declarations, a 20% increase over the previous year.
20% increase.
The report also shows the Commission received 227 complaints during the year, referred 23 for investigation, and closed 169 matters. It also launched a pilot electronic declaration system, allowing public officials to file their statutory declarations online for the first time. On the investigative side, the Commission completed 31 matters, tabled 2 reports in Parliament, and referred 3 cases to other competent agencies.
Other competent agencies. You see that?
It also monitored more than 2,000 government contracts, including 893 construction projects.
Hey, them are working on people. We don't know what say them are do all of this thing. So them are monitor on the money and everything. Full support to them. But this guy Johncrow jacket that tell we say them are criminals, so what them are do and what them are do not. You understand? This bad. This bad. Yeah, look what them are do now. Eh? Look what them are do.
For the first time. On the investigative side, the Commission completed 31 matters, tabled 2 reports in Parliament, and referred 3 cases to other competent agencies. It also monitored more than 2,000 government contracts, including 893 construction projects with a combined value of over 208 billion Jamaican dollars and 792 million US dollars. The Corruption Prosecution Division concluded 22 cases, securing 21 convictions.
Them have 21 convictions as well. Them have 1 man.
While 35 new matters were recommended for prosecution. The Commission also reached about 1,800 people through anti-corruption training and public education initiatives. But despite those gains, the Commission says its effectiveness continues to be affected by high staff turnover, delays in filing key leadership positions, and a growing number of court actions which it says have delayed investigations and the release of some reports. It's now calling for legislative changes to strengthen its mandate and improve its operations.
So it want to strengthen the mandate. So them want, yeah, because we want to have teeth for arrested. So that them they find and that them no can just go dismantle that and can work. So it has strengthened it. Them get more teeth to lock up them backside. Yeah? So you know what them call for, you give them. Them say them need this, it better off for the country. Same like how Andrew can spend billions to go kill out, get a youth, and say rather give them what they want. Yeah? Them want it. Andrew shouldn't even no, but Jamaica will get serious. Yes? Andrew go around with a little handout. Like the show me do this morning, somebody has said, boy, you must them up, you know, because Andrew has said, what's the labor right? And then they might tell you, oh, them not take handout, them love to work. And when we look now with him MP, them own them and ministers, I give them handout. Them all a fight over handout. Eh? And them have ministers like Crutchy. I tell you, say, who not get this? You know, them get chicken now, una get this, they get five, them get black drum and them get $5 grand and all kind of things. But then I like handout. Me can't tell Andrew this. I mean, I tell you this from me at Andrew. You see you? You see the Jlp? And you see them move, so if you withdraw from giving them money, you will never get, I don't even think you get 10 turnout good. All what you do, have to spend money. If you go live up some old people, you give them something because you know them hungry. And then now, and you carry them go vote out who can sign something on them. I'll be a bandole thing on the do, you know. Be a bandole thing on the do. It's there. Remember, you know, but have it, have it. Me not see the PMP do this. Me not see them buy the vote and them thing. Everything when me have a pound. I'm a tough fucking PMP buy vote in a seat per night. You don't see, you don't catch it. See? We do the worst thing to the country. And that is not patriotic. Anybody will sell them vote. Me know any of them, you know. No. If you sell your vote, you are the man and you sell your vote for $5 grand. You ever listen, let me tell you no man. And uno woman, if you have a man who selling vote, uno woman, remember, let him your skirt. Kai Marcel, let him your skirt and a bra. You can't trust him. And if you have a woman who sell, remember everybody woman that, you know, if she sell vote, $5 grand, it's also cheap, $5 grand for a vote. Eh? Can you imagine she say 50 grand? She figure out everything, man. Easy. Can you imagine 100? It's like, we know these things detrimental to people, you know. Me don't know all them thinking about me think out of the box. Anybody where you think for $5 grand, you know. All right, let me turn it around for you and tell you where you have girl and sell for. Because them sell for $20. Them vote, $20, $3 grand. $5 grand like $30. No more else. See, you can't sell a vote. That now depends on your future. And any party is come to you and bribe you with these things, them not good. But one not good neither. Yeah, no man. Mula, me have to mash them up because this is how them lie and dangerous. And look on this. Yeah? Look how Andrew lie. And then the one them when have gone there, you know. Me I tell you because them they come to me tell you no something. Andrew go outside, you know, because when me not talk, ever go outside, you know. Till me dry your back up, you know. Go outside before me go. Yeah, let me just say something to the people. Them just go out, no, move in front of me. Move. All right. Let me tell you something. When you say all them line up and go in a bus, and when you look them I get envelope to go, and that means it's a bogus meeting. Me tell man this all the time. See, we don't want a bogus forward. Let me tell you, once upon a time, in East Kingston, in my place where I come from, we have some DJ. Me talk about, me not have to call no name. And we have some DJ, then get bogus forward. We don't look bogus forward, you know, not look forward. We think them are for solid, so when I look forward, listen to lyrics. A man come and them time they, you know, you start lyrics, say the pan, bye bye bye, bye 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 bye, boom, bye 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 bye, bim. No lyrics. And man forward, then I say no. And them say bogus forward and bogus forward. One of the youth them in the early 2000s with our UK. Not in the night, never go to UK at all in the 90s, never in my life. Garbage. In the 2000s, me there in the UK. I'm there on a Stingray studio. I'm your advice. And the same, I'm a brethren still. Him up there, he must say, oh, give me the rhythm, man. Give it up. Hey, Mr. Dilly, I love, you know, and I said, want some money I'm going to me, I said, make it work. You see, these are the things, you know, because when you have people like your bogus forward, and I tell you the truth, you're not going to do better. And I say, me the Andrew one is going on. When him come on and him tell the lies like Jamaica are the happiest country in the Jamaica, the happiest country in the most peaceful country in the this is bullshit. So if you think about Cayman side of you don't know, so there's some money them pay and I put bullshit. And Andrew, I'm going to repeat it and make you feel. Me have to play about that, you know. Me have time to play about that. He want to repeat that and tell the lie. Who would I believe in a lie there? Because them you trouble, me trouble not for them little island state. See? You are going to compare that with Barbados and St. Lucia and Antigua and Angola and one of them, Dominica and one of them places. Turks and Caicos, yeah? Don't curious on them. You know, for you just think about Cayman alone. And you know, say what them attack is garbage. Yeah? Garbage. So if you can't pay, no go that alone, you know. Andrew on this. No go that alone. When you have a workforce of like 2.1 million people, and you say 1.4 at work, 700,000 not working, and you change up the thing that I remember them put it out, not me. Let me show you when I talk. Look here. Remember, me not do tabloid. I do not do tabloid, but me I talk to my people them in a real time. Me just tell you why the youth not go through. I mean, I show you something. Right? This are real stats. Yeah? As of January, let me see it there. 2026 Jamaica labor force stand at approximately 1,441,000 individuals, with unemployment rate declining to 3.6% according to Statistical Institute of Jamaica Staten. While unemployment low, the labor force have experienced a slight contraction with 714,800 people outside workforce in January. This is bullshit. This are bullshit. Yeah? You can't have outside a workforce. Place where you have Jamaica. And let me ask you something now. All the minutes superpower garbage. So these Jamaican, them now family, them reach the age, them have family, them have kids that depend on them. So them kids don't go to school, them not eat food, them not have to pay bills too. But them just live like stone, like wood and stone. That means them have to hustle. And you know, business with them if you X them out and say them that want to lie. If you go in and get to a place, I'm going to go to all 14 parishes. So system can be far and wide, you know. I know places where enough people don't go, you know, in Jamaica, you know. Yeah, can you far and wide. All right, I'm a DJ and sound system all over the place. But in the 80s, up in the 80s, the early 90s, I come up. Every minute when you have a dance, a keep, and you're the artist over a DJ and what have you, and some do help. I have a bowl come from, I got a bowl before him born, and when him born, and him little bit, you know. Where him come from? I know the share with content long time. Bongazil, I know the one of them with DJ them place there. Buckley, we Buckley them, the one we are talking about. My DJ Lamb, but my DJ something, you know, some little place. It's unbelievable. And sound system. You see? Know the one of them place, man. Know them. Yeah? Top and bottom Trillani, know the whole of Caribbean and top and bottom Caribbean. You know, hey, let me tell you this. So when they made me attack, I remember when I cut legs, so when I can't go around. Me are the man that I wilderness, so they can't stay there. You tell the man in the wilderness, when I run up and down like when I eat this chicken. This can't, listen, you can't have 3 pointers, you can't exhort the people then. When you know in your head, these are the same stat I tell you it's 3.6, but 700,000 not working. Oh, they're not looking work. This is a lie. You see people hustle. People sell them skin. People have to live. Them have to do toiletries. Them have to do toiletries. Them have to do everything. So this is bogus. So if you have 2.8 million, yeah, and then 2/3 of work, over 38% of people don't have a job. It's simple. Oh, and that is reality. Over 38% not working. But Andrew run out with them bogus thing. You so much people not working up. And all the thing them can put it and say, oh, and oh, them not looking at job, and you know salary, so much people are hustling. You will see it. People rather go out there and them not have a job. You know what them load a taxi. Can them have a look at food to eat. Remember, if you not eat, can you imagine you stay home and just sit down and look at job? So, how you manage? And for them, I pick, them to manage. I hustle them, I hustle. Eh? It don't make no fire, it don't make no sense. Where my talk is bullshit. You cannot do this. And remember, you know, if you allow Andrew and the minion and the media to continue to spread this propaganda and lie, you know what happened, people? You know what happened? Jamaica can't fix it up. Because when I accept the lies, and when you see them publish the truth, and then tell you a lie. Then tell us that 700 are not working, 1,000. And now go 1.4, 2714. Yeah, just split up 100% in a tree. You don't get, you know, 2/3, that them are tell 2/3 of work. The one with the master, a matter of fact, it be over 1/3 anyway. 2 hour work. So 1/3 not working. Even so 33 and something that a matter of fact the 36. Yeah. So they make them put something until it's a 3.3. Yeah, Andrew, come on now. The lowest ever. You could have so much people now work and you said that Andrew on this. You could have said that and them have to eat food every day and use water, them have to bathe. Them people have to go to school and everything. You know have a job to get them neither, you know. Because hey, them are eat that, you know. And then the people that are run with this, Andrew now do nothing, you know. Andrew use PR. Bullshit. PR bullshit. You know have so much people at work. Yeah? Split it in a 3. 3 7 21. Yeah? Yeah? But you look now, ongo 2/3 himself, and them not have job, straight job. But 1/3 now work and him get it at 3.5 according to the same statistic. That means you can't do much good. Them are show the truth and then I tell you how much not working. For them excuse, oh, them not looking job. That is bullshit. That is garbage. Every man want work. Because them want them own money and every woman. None of them right now sell them a sell skin. But man and woman, them a sell skin. To survive. The HIV rate gone up. Some of them are under them throat sick. Because they don't know they may get cancer in them throat, you know. They may make a doctor trick them, and the truth is, we know better than that. You can't make doctor trick you. Yeah? We know better than on a kinky ways or not go away. We don't go away too. Yeah? Respect on yourself. My Lord, you see Lord son? You see man now in this? My teeth them from go try food. Yes. And my mouth to eat and you know make yes. To eat food, and me drink real drinks. And my food I can cook. Yes. You see? Yes. If I like mango, if I can pick off a tree. And you and my thing no pick and eat, so if I wash with soap and wash off, because I know just see where things blow up on it now. See? And this man never would not even a slice of bread with my hand like this. And don't me just wash it. Because you can't just wash it and turn out a pipe. You call the germs are phobic. No. Me just take precaution, make sure I'm good. And that just me. And that you can't change that from me, that just me. So me now hold my, you have to cut a slice of bread, you use the thing and you have, your thing where you put it on and use thing and hold it. You have to tow it. And tow it, you just take off one and you drop it and if you butter something, you can eat it, you're good. But me now touch it and me can't remember pipe, cabbage, always you wash it off and you touch it again, other people touch it. Me now do that. Anything I go on your site of a keep. That's why you notice how I keep. I'm a good man. Me alright. Say, my food if I can cook, it have to cook. And if I fruits, it have to can pick. If I drink jelly, it pick off a tree. See, banana, you peel it. Yes. For a big mama and banana when I peel. Feed big banana them skin. And banana, feed my banana them have to peel. Them ripe. After you cook them, you peel it and cook it. Big mama them feed them banana skin. Yes, big mama them. Yes, James. Different thing with the pan, We not the pan for them thing. See? But Andrew one is, yeah, man. Yeah, my banana, them have a peel, man. That skin pan it and thing. And you grow. And you chop it in a bunch, and yes. See? Yeah, man. And that's just my thing. And my thing can't change, you know. Me a hard back man, you know, my thing can't change. And from their youth to stay so. Yeah, so my thing can't change. Don't look for it for change. I remember me not do follow fashion thing, you know, me but I'm not a leader, me not follow pattern. Me not follow pattern. Me keep my thing them straight and me tell you as is. Roll that's Andrew one is. Stop trick with people then, brother. Stop it. See? Stop it. Now me and him, as long as you press the poor and need it. Me and them I go at it straight. Me no business. Cause that me say I trick people, you know. The guy come now with, you know, Jamaica, you hear him to know, wanna go where? Me a laugh but it's serious. Who make them tell you, hand them a lie, hand them dream, hand me have a vision, and make them tell us how the road now cut. Every tell people about the road. The government agents have a duty to make sure the road them up. Every government. Yeah, you know, I fix none. Yeah. You see me, I say? Yeah, them put no, but Flowers. Oh, it can mislead the people when look here. Let me show you something. When Andrew talk, me not listen. Let me show you something. If them I tell you, look here, look under this. I start this, you know. But start now, just only thing them do is just use a word. Underemployment is low. Unemployment low. But look, them experiencing a slight contraction. With 7 of them put up this. 714,800 people outside. Look here. Let me show you something. Them same one could have tell you this. Answer this name outside the workforce. That makes sense to you? Eh? What you mean by outside the workforce? Them can work, but them not seek a job. That makes sense to you? So, you want to tell me, them sit down, want money like anybody else. If them sick, or them buy medication and think them have to hustle. Them have to do everything. That means you know count them in a nothing at all then. They like them are alien. No, you can't style the people them as outside the workforce neither. That disrespectful. Stop that disrespectful. This is bullshit. Yeah? There is not name outside no work fucking force. There is no work for the people there. Let me say to you again. Count and tell me how much the peer soldier, the big boys them, right? Yeah, you understand? Them are work for one day and you work for the whole year and something put it on. Or you're outside workforce. Or you're full employment when you have over I'm not talking more than that, you know. I'm more than 3/4 million. Them drop that little less. Me I tell it more than that. Say more than that. But them put this. I said that outside. That's where I could be them put. That makes sense to you? All them people that wear clothes. You have women, them have them monthly thing. Them have them aunt to visit them every month. Right? Them have to go doctor. They have people, well, all young people, you know, them have some people have to take them medication. Them get these things in place. Or what you mean by outside the labor force? When you don't have the work in the first place to give them. You don't. So this is a bogus thing where Andrew run with and people for running with. As every Jamaican want work, like Commander say, everyone will need this and that. He have them outside the labor force. And you know, who you know for them thing. This is I, him over 30% these are people not working. That equal 30%, not 10, not 20, but 30 enough. So instead of him say them not work, him does say outside the labor force and say, all right, at 50,000 I look work. So if 50,000 I don't look work, then why not give them the work? You don't have the work for them. So if you don't have the work for the 50,000, how the fuck you find work for 700,000 more? That makes sense to you? A 50,000 alone I look work and do one this. And then if it have work on them that work. So why the 50,000 when you say in the where I look work, why them not get work? If them I look work. If the work they there. Me never not go to 700 to Mikey. Mikey understand what I say? The man then put up the figure to you. And then manipulate your brain like you can read and write and understand. By the way, me crunch numbers. Yes. No, I use computer to hear. So I'm here telling you not that bullshit. This is garbage. See? You talk about maths, you talk about my language, See? So this what I'm come with a bull. Definitely bullshit. Right? You can have more than 700 people. 700,000. And you have 1.2 times the amount to say I work, but that's more than a third not working. So you get 3 point thing and say, and by the way, if you put it and say the place full imply, even me did come to you, because nobody now tell him that and say, me don't want to work. So I could change my mind in a 1 hour or 24 hours. So you just give me these 3 years and say these people, none of these people don't want to work none at all. When you don't do a statistic and go talk to the people then, but me talk to a lot of them who look work and can't get work. The census now right now like more than that, Mikey. And we have not name, the unemployment figure is bullshit. Yeah? But let me tell you again, it's more than that. But it can be only 700,000 more than that. And then you tell me them outside labor force because them not seeking a job. Look where news now, they're not looking at work. But when you go there, if you go there now for wash a car, hey, you drive going in that area, and you carry around the dirt, they motor man. You don't think that them a bad man are going, the motor man wash a car, but you walk up the road and come back. You gave him a thing, Because you see every man a wash a car, The wheel, them find job. You just drive in and park. When you look man run and say, "Bossy, but this one wash, man, you can't drive this." Right away, create something, Instead of you carry it go somewhere else. You stay, yeah, man. Key, car, boom, bam. When you look it clean. It clean. Then the Portland mats, yes. Clean. But when you look, you have your Amaranth thing in there. Very clean too. Eh? You understand? This should just tell you, Jane? Yes, bless.
Good. You know it's up on your live, right?
Yeah, my brother.
You know it's up on your live. When I say quick and fast, I'm going to hold you up.
Yes.
The green card issue, where input pass ban. Don't forget about that one day, Because a while ago, I dig it up and I do some research.
Yeah.
And they might challenge it in a court right now in a southern New York. Because I initiated, the pass, But they put on the green card, but you can't. If you are putting for your green card the file to court right now, on an I-130, to get the adjustment of status, put a pass pan it due to the compromise, the same MOU compromise,
Okay.
You understand what I say?
Yeah, but me understand, man.
Yeah, man.
Send a copy of thing, come give me my file. Yeah? Send a copy, just photocopy something and send, come give me.
Okay, all right. Now do it right now.
All right, good. All right, my brother, respect, good. Yeah, man. Family that over there. So remember we're there everywhere, so it go. Yes. But as Mr. Mikey, you can't say starting, put up and tell you said 700,000 people now have a job. Then them have a next thing when them show it so 50,000 and just say I look the job. So all the 50,000 can't get job if you have job. All them can't get it. Them a look it. All them can't, you say 50, and you repeat the 50,000 couple more months and repeat it again. Always 50,000. So I'm keep it there, so if you say I'm the 3 point, then why the 50,000 don't get a job and job is there? Eh? I can tell you this. Let me tell you this. I tell you not see, hey, serious as name Georgia down there, so. Yeah? The PSOJ can't take in nobody else, And the IMF and even the PSOJ, so the government top of it, So they have to have some people. Yeah? Them don't have Them don't have the know it all to take in them. Them couldn't take in 700,000 people and give them job. If you have a wholesale and you have 15 people that work with you, and you follow by Andrew and want to tell you this, and you go take an next 20. Remember 20 more pay that. But everything we're going up on your thing. You know, say you flap yourself. So can you imagine if the PSO the guy them were one like Grace and New Pack and D&G, them take even a 5,000, not even so much, 5, even 1,000. Remember, just that a pay bill alone, it show them half, you know. And the product now drawing so much money for you are push out so much, you got pay so much and imply them and doing what? You know, build no new factories and nothing. Them can't imply them. So these people, we must not look job. The truth is, them not have no job forget because there is no job for them. Them have to go and hustle. Them go and hustle. And I like, all right. So if you look at every year, because the PSOJ, we're going to have them are more icy in the country. Them import a lot of stuff, including cocaine. Them import like 7 point that them import like $7.8 billion in all. So them import like 6.8 billion and 1 point. Them export on 1.8 billion. What's the deficit? It's wide. So them have put out more at the hard book and them import. Them import a bag of junk. Yeah, and them now with this, but them must sell for balance. And just cocaine alone a balance some of them, you know. Yes, cocaine. Just cocaine alone a balance some of them. See? Me now ask. The next thing now, boy, as me start, the time I run off. But me drop this phone now. But the most piece. Can you hear Andrew come out with this? Me rub it out already, you know. And me see my time I run and Jano. Me try me can. Hold on. Let me see this. Jamaica piece. Hold on. Let me drop this fast because Andrew is going and tell lie to the people that I'm in foolishness. So let me say the most peaceful country. The most peaceful country in the world. Yeah? I'm going to find that fast. Can I see my time I run? So Andrew, we just have about your lie. Yeah? I have about your lie there. So I'm going to the most peaceful country now in the world. Yeah? I remember I said Pirate Morgan better than you, you know, sir. Yeah? I see the most peaceful country my savior has. Yeah? Because Andrew, boy, I mean, I know. I pay them, go pay people for do this, you know. Pay people for do this bullshit. Yeah? Them pay people for put out bullshit all the while. And I tell Andrew to stop do this. Him not stop, man. Andrew that trick on for me and now till the next eternity. Jamaica can be the most peaceful country in a nowhere. Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and Haiti. The worst in the Caribbean. Them three there. The worst in the Caribbean. Those three. And not because you have to speak truth to power, you know. You have to speak truth to power. You understand? So when Andrew come out with them garbage, if you wonder, who really come out say my trick? With this garbage. Yeah? Who you come out say your trick, Andrew? Who you come out say your trick? I'm fine. I'm look for your fast, that's all. But Jamaica vote the most peaceful country in the world. With a when you go in, man. Look much people travel go a small island and them thing there. And you come up with something like this. You come up with something like this. You know, say you have no sense. Why you come up with something like this now? You not waste money. You not waste money. This to make no sense. This to make no sense. See? Why you not come up, you understand? Why you not come up with something like this? Why you not come up with something like this, Andrew? Jamaica, the most peaceful country in the Caribbean. Remember this? Remember this? You hear this?
A platform of progress being made, buildings going up, roads being constructed, our travel advisory being upgraded, and we are being rated as the most peaceful country. Those who come to you with lies and nonsense, tell them to go away. Go away. In me, you have a leader who has vision. Listen to me now. A whole heap of leader go to them bed and dream. Dream, and then come and tell you all kind of lovely things. They are very articulate. If you listen to them, you say, wow, man is so Englified. But ask them, show me what you have built. Show me what you have accomplished. Show me what you have done. They are the same set of people who are telling you the lies. Because people who have accomplished things, let the truth speak for them in the actions and the things that have materialized from the vision they have showed you. The people who tell you lies are those who have never achieved anything, and therefore they have to lie to distract you. I want anyone today to contest the things that I have said. Let them say that there is no building operating here. There is no building going on here. That Boundbrook isn't materializing. Let them deny it. Let them deny that there is a bypass being built here. Let them deny that the plans are now moving from plans to execution for the East Harbour and the West Harbour. Let them deny. And there is no lie that they can tell about TCN and all the other things that can distract from the progress that is being made. Right across Jamaica, brick by brick, asphalt laid by asphalt laid, houses handing over. We are improving the lives of the Jamaicans.
Yeah, this? Yeah, man. I got them accomplished, yes. Eh? This is how Andrew lie. I'm telling you, so we have to be careful of him. Yeah? I don't know something at the water. Let me play this. Let me play this.
That she needs to have a word with some members of the House. I don't know if something is wrong with the water in Parliament. Why some people, the moment they get into Parliament, they say certain things and behave a certain way. I decided that I wasn't going to take the chance of drinking any water here.
But I'm not wrong, you know. I'm not wrong, you. And just say, make him tell them this and make them go and them have dream and vision and one bag of lie. And Jamaica, the most peaceful country. I buy them by that too, you know, by the way, you know. Because everything we matter, that's a bullshit. That me are telling us a bullshit. Yeah? Who don't know the island? Let me draw my island. Let me draw for my island. But don't want to play something else before me draw for the island, you know. There are 15 islands, right? Andrew, boy, we don't know if you do it, you know, better. We don't know if you do it, my thing them full, you know, better. You have to think, my thing them full. Move this. All right, good. I think them full, see? But this is how the man alive. Yeah, my son if I go away. Remember this? Let me give him something in my Caribbean country. Before I go into the Caribbean country, yeah. The worst and the best. It's a two. Before me give this. All right. Before me give it, let me show him something. I'm just scared. This are two. Let me go for one. Yeah. All right. See it, look on it. Him just around the best.
Millions of Americans book Caribbean vacations every single year, and most of them have no idea that some of these islands.
The Caribbean voucher, yeah? Around 4 days now. 4 days, but I'm sure that around yesterday 3 days. Around 4 days, 5 days.
Islands are genuinely, seriously dangerous. We're ranking 15 islands from the worst to the best. And let me tell you, the #1 destination might just be the most perfect vacation you've never taken. Number 15. Jamaica. For decades, this island has been the automatic first choice for American vacationers. Easy flights, all-inclusive resorts, warm water, reggae music on every corner. It feels familiar. It feels safe. But here's the thing. Familiarity is not the same as safety, and this destination makes that point plain as day. The U.S. State Department carries Jamaica at a Level 2 advisory, exercise increased caution, but that label alone doesn't tell you the full story. The murder rate here is one of the highest on the entire planet. Not in the Caribbean, on the planet. In 2023, the country recorded more than 1,400 murders, a rate of roughly 53 per 100,000 people. For comparison, the United States overall sits at about 6 per 100,000. And while most of that violence doesn't directly target tourists, it doesn't stay neatly contained either. Sexual assaults on foreign tourists have been reported inside luxury all-inclusive resorts, the very places that are supposed to be the controlled, safe.
You hear that? Them are real tourists and everything in it too.
Bubble. That's not a rumor. That's documented. Then there's something called the C indicator, a special crime flag the State Department applies here specifically, signaling that local police have limited ability to protect you. That means if something happens, don't count on fast, reliable help arriving. There are entire parishes the government explicitly tells you to avoid. Parts of Kingston, Montego Bay, Negril, and stretches of the road between them. Public buses? Don't get on them. And one more thing most travelers don't think about until it's too late. Medical facilities in rural and western parts of this island are stretched dangerously thin. If you have a serious health emergency away from the main resort corridors in 2026, you may find yourself in serious trouble before help arrives. And if that concerns you, wait until you hear what comes next. Because number 14 on this list isn't just dangerous, it's in a category almost entirely its own. Number 14, Haiti. There is almost nothing left to say that the facts don't say louder and more clearly than any commentary could. The U.S. State Department has issued a Level 4 advisory for this territory. Level 4 is the highest possible warning, the same level used for active war zones. The official language is stark and unambiguous. Do not travel. Not be careful. Not use good judgment. Do not go. And when you understand why, every word of that warning makes complete sense. The gangs operating here today don't just control street corners. They control entire cities, entire infrastructure systems, entire highways. By early 2026, armed groups were estimated to control more than 85% of Port-au-Prince. Commercial airline service in and out of the capital has been severely disrupted. If you somehow found yourself in Haiti in an emergency, the U.S. Embassy has no reliable way to get you out. You would be on your own. Kidnappings for ransom are not rare occurrences. They are a functioning industry. Armed groups conduct mass, organized abductions and treat them like a business transaction. Grab tourists, demand money, collect, release, or sometimes don't release. A group of missionaries from the United States and Canada were held for 2 months in 2021. Medical care has collapsed in ways that are genuinely hard to comprehend. Hospitals run out of basic supplies on a regular basis. If you are injured or become seriously ill, there is no safety net. Crossing the border from the Dominican Republic into Haiti requires going through official crossing points, where even those checkpoints involve bribery attempts from armed patrols. Cross anywhere else and you're looking at years in prison. This is not a destination in 2026. It is a warning, plain and simple. Number 13, Trinidad. One of the most culturally rich islands in the entire Caribbean. Carnival, steel...
Tell about the three country, and them are the most dangerous in the Caribbean, you hear?
Steel pan music, some of the best food in the region. Sounds like an easy sell. But in early 2026, the government here declared a nationwide state of emergency. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. The U.S. State Department holds Trinidad at Level 3, reconsider travel. And when you dig into what's actually happening on the ground, that rating feels almost too polite. More than 100 murders had already been recorded by mid-April of 2026. Gang wars over drug trafficking routes have turned entire neighborhoods of Port of Spain.
So April, them have more than 100 murder. We have more than 200 or 300. Police them murder nearly 200 too. Yes.
Into places even locals won't enter after dark. And here's the part that catches most travelers completely off guard. Under the state of emergency, police and military forces have the legal right to search you and arrest you without a warrant. Your right to bail, the basic legal protection that says you can pay a bond and wait for your trial at home, is completely suspended. You could be detained and held for weeks or months in a local jail facility. And those facilities are, by any measure, brutal. There's another law on this island that has caught American tourists completely flat-footed. You cannot bring camouflage clothing here. Not military gear, any camo pattern at all. It is illegal. And if you have even a single bullet casing in your luggage, maybe from a hunting trip back home, maybe tucked into a coat pocket.
People may play this and not want to travel in the Caribbean island, so it's very useful to you. Because that's what I tell you, you carry it, you will get locked up and you don't know, you know. Because you have some people do them look hunting at the state and some go down there with them, this happen to them. For real.
You forgot to check, you will be arrested immediately. That single piece of spent brass can put you behind bars. No exceptions, no grace period, no diplomatic solution your embassy can offer you. But that's nothing compared to what we found at number 12, a destination that looks totally fine on the brochure, but is quietly falling apart in ways that affect every single tourist who visits.
You don't tell upon the brochure, they might tell you which place are the best place to visit. But Anjo administration got PR so them are the best in the Caribbean. Just watch it.
Number 12, Cuba. The old travel dream of this island. Colorful streets, classic cars, live music drifting out of open doorways has collided hard with a reality that the tourism board would prefer you didn't look at too closely. By 2026, the infrastructure has deteriorated to a point where the governments of Canada and the Bahamas, not just the United States, have officially advised their citizens to avoid non-essential travel there. Power cuts happen every single day, not short brownouts, cuts that last 3 to 8 hours at a stretch, and sometimes
This is I know where I get the information, but we know why the power cut, because we know them barricade and what have you. We know where them to Cuba.
Nationwide blackouts that shut the entire country down for more than 24 hours straight. That means no air conditioning in tropical heat, no refrigeration for food or medicine, no working ATMs. Not that ATMs would help you anyway, because foreign cards simply do not work in Cuban machines. Every cent of money you need for your entire trip must be carried in cash before you arrive. There is no Western Union service from the United States to Cuba. Travelers are also walking into a legally complicated situation. If you have visited Cuba after January 2021, you permanently lose your eligibility for the U.S. ESTA visa waiver program, which affects your future travel across dozens of countries. Crime has also risen sharply. Armed robberies, home break-ins targeting tourist accommodations, and scammers known locally as jineteros, who approach visitors with friendly offers that frequently end in theft or fraud. One detail most travelers would never think to check: bringing an e-cigarette or vaporizer into Cuba is illegal. They will confiscate it at the border and potentially detain you for questioning. For a place that once charmed visitors with its color and music, the practical difficulties in 2026 outnumber the pleasures by a wide margin. Number 11, New Province, Bahamas. Close to home, English-speaking, beautiful beaches, clear water. On paper, this sounds like one of the safest and most comfortable Caribbean destinations available. And for certain parts of the Bahamian archipelago, that reputation is still earned. But New Providence, home to Nassau and the cruise ship docks that millions pass through every year, is a different story. The State Department carries it at level 2, and the specific warnings attached to that advisory are deeply disturbing. Jet ski operators, the men who rent watercraft directly off the public beaches of Nassau, from Johncrow Beach all the way up to Cabbage Beach, have been responsible for violent sexual assaults on foreign female tourists. These are not isolated incidents. The pattern is documented and specific. Tourists are taken out on the water and transported to isolated, uninhabited keys where there is no help and no witnesses. This is not a fringe risk. It is a known, repeated crime pattern tied to unregulated water sports operators on one of the most visited islands in the Caribbean. The U.S. Embassy in Nassau has issued explicit warnings about this problem on multiple occasions. Then there's a neighborhood called Over the Hill, the area south of Shirley Street in Nassau. This is gang territory, and while tourists rarely wander in intentionally, its existence shapes the general crime climate of the entire island. Armed robberies, break-ins at vacation rentals, and street assaults occur across Nassau with enough regularity that they dominate the U.S. Embassy's warning bulletins. There's also a threat in the water itself. Shark attacks in the waters around New Providence have increased noticeably, largely because irresponsible tour operators have been chumming the water with fish blood and scraps to attract sharks for tourist dives. Those same sharks then begin associating boats and shallow reef areas with food, changing their natural behavior in ways that create risk for ordinary swimmers. And one more practical warning that could save your life. If someone tries to block the road in front of your vehicle, even with something that looks like a minor accident or debris in the road, do not get out of the car. That is a well-documented robbery technique used by armed groups on this island. Keep driving or turn around immediately. Think that was bad? Number 10 on this list has a different kind of problem. One that doesn't grab headlines but has ruined thousands of vacations and gotten innocent people thrown in jail. Number 10. Dominican Republic. Beautiful beaches, a massive resort infrastructure, Punta Cana, La Romana, and decades of experience handling American tourists by the millions. On the surface, this sounds like a reliable, well-worn choice. But the Level 2 advisory the State Department carries for this country is backed by serious, real-world concerns that anyone planning a trip there needs to understand before they book a single flight. Violent crime, including armed robbery, murder, and sexual assault, occurs across the country, including in and around resort areas that are supposed to be controlled safe zones. In recent years, a series of American tourists died under circumstances that were initially ruled as natural causes, later calling those conclusions into question. Investigations pointed to possible food and drink tampering in some resort facilities, though no definitive criminal verdicts emerged. The dedicated tourism police force, called Politur, provides some reassurance in major resort corridors, but their presence is uneven. There are also deeply serious scams targeting foreigners in real estate transactions, fake property deals, fraudulent title transfers, and outright land theft from foreign owners who are not physically present on the island to defend their claims. Local attorneys are sometimes complicit in these schemes, making legal recourse extraordinarily difficult. The legal trap that catches the most American travelers off guard, however, involves the border. If you cross from the Dominican Republic into Haiti, or return from Haiti, and you do not have the correct immigration stamps on your documents from a military checkpoint, you will be arrested on the spot. No warning, no grace period. Immediate detention, deportation, and a 10-year ban from ever returning. And if you are arriving from a country classified as high risk for yellow fever, Brazil, for example, you must present proof of vaccination, or you will be turned away entirely at the airport. Not the most dangerous island on this list, but the combination of resort crime, border enforcement, and legal complications makes it a
The most dangerous island are Jamaica, Haiti, and Trinidad.
Destination where being underprepared carries consequences that follow you home. Number 9. Puerto Rico. Here is something that surprises a lot of Americans and then quietly gets them into trouble. As a U.S. territory, this island wraps visitors in a feeling of familiarity. Your U.S. passport, your U.S. dollars, English widely spoken, familiar fast food restaurants on the main streets. All of that creates a comfort level that can make you drop your guard in ways you simply would not in a foreign country. And that in itself is the problem. The crime here is real, and it is serious. The island sits at a crossroads for international drug trafficking routes moving up from South America and across the Caribbean toward the U.S. mainland. And the organizations that control those routes do not distinguish between locals and tourists when violence breaks out around them. Car theft and carjacking occur with enough frequency that the State Department specifically calls them out by name in their advisory. The island's overall murder rate, while lower than at its historical peak, still far exceeds the U.S. national average. The most dangerous single location is a neighborhood in San Juan called La Perla. This narrow strip of colorful buildings sits just outside the walls of the historic Old San Juan district, and it looks, from a distance, almost picturesque. The kind of place you'd want to photograph. Do not let that fool you. La Perla is an extraterritorial drug trafficking zone. There are effectively no police patrols inside it. The people who control it have enforced that boundary with violence for decades. Tourists have been beaten, some fatally, for pulling out a phone or a camera inside La Perla, even during broad daylight. The rule is simple. Do not enter. Do not photograph. Do not point a camera in that direction. At night, use only licensed white taxis or a major established car service to get around. And remember that this island sits in an active earthquake zone. The 2020 earthquake caused significant structural damage that affected parts of the island for years afterward, and directly in the path of Atlantic hurricane season. 2 additional layers of natural risk that no resort brochure will ever mention prominently. You think that was a surprise? Number 8 on this list is technically U.S. soil, and it has a murder rate that would shock most people who live on the mainland. Number 8, St. Croix. Flying the American flag and operating under American law, this U.S. Virgin Island carries the kind of familiar name that makes people assume they know what they're getting. None of that should lull you into a false sense of security. In certain measured periods, the murder rate on this island has reached 92 homicides per 100,000 residents. To put that number in plain terms, it dwarfs almost every major American city on the mainland. Detroit, which most people think of immediately when crime statistics come up, sits at roughly 40 per 100,000. St. Croix, at its worst measured intervals, is more than double that. In the summer of 2024, a shooting on the Christiansted Boardwalk, one of the main tourist waterfront areas where visitors stroll between restaurants and shops, sent 5 innocent bystanders to the hospital. This was not in a back alley or a known danger zone. This was on the tourist promenade in the middle of the day. The violence is driven primarily by gang disputes over illegal firearms and drug trafficking routes, and most of it is not directed at tourists. But stray gunfire does not distinguish between intended targets and bystanders who happen to be walking past. The structural reality here is that decades of economic hardship and underfunded public services have created persistent social tensions that continue to feed criminal activity. Staying away from public housing areas, avoiding beaches after dark, and not displaying cash or expensive equipment in public dramatically reduces your exposure, but does not eliminate it. The official crime statistics are frequently downplayed by local tourism interests.
The same thing I want in Jamaica. Yeah, them said don't play, I feed them place, and them I tell about it, you know.
Independent travelers here should trust their own awareness over any reassuring brochure. Number 7.
So, all right, so we're going number 7. So, honest, it's the same thing where you are the right now, better. When you play down and talk about a bull crap, we are saying, no, you're there number 15, brother. Saying, we could go number 7. Play about number 7.
Of security. In certain measured periods, sent 5 innocent Grenada. Spice plantations that scent the air as you walk through them. Rainforest waterfalls you can hike to. A harbor town that feels like it has barely changed in 50 years. For most of its history, this Eastern Caribbean gem sat quietly in the background.
Why is this number 7 going down, you know? Yeah, because then Andrew said we are the best in our Caribbean. I said we Haiti and Trinidad are worse. Continue.
As a peaceful, largely safe destination that adventurous travelers discovered and kept coming back to. Then came February 2024, and what happened on a
Just this in 2024 was some prisoner that killed 2 tourists, them use it same way. Right?
Catamaran called the SV Simplicity changed the conversation permanently. 3 men who had escaped from a local prison found a sailboat anchored offshore, boarded it under cover of darkness, and murdered the 2 Americans on board, a couple who had been sailing the Caribbean and chose this anchorage as a resting point. The bodies were thrown into the ocean. The attackers were eventually caught, prosecuted, and sentenced in August 2025. The ringleader received 2 consecutive life sentences. His accomplices received 60 and 56 years respectively. Those sentences reflect the severity of what happened, and the event itself exposed something important and previously underappreciated about this island. The maritime oversight around these waters has real structural gaps. Uninhabited bays and anchorages that look peaceful on a nautical chart are genuinely isolated in ways that create opportunity for violence.
You don't say uninhabited bays and other land, you must go to like that.
Far from any help. If you are traveling here, particularly if you are arriving
Yeah, Winston, bless up my DJ, good.
Or spending time on a private vessel, the rules have changed. Do not anchor in unsupervised bays overnight. Use interior locks on hatches and companionways at all times. Maintain radio watch. The island itself is not inherently lawless, and
So the island are lawless. So Andrew could not beat them island when lawless. But they tell you have some unsupervised bays that could without key. They might tell you this happened 2024, so you must say, not trust it. But the island are lawless.
Vast majority of visitors to its resorts and hotels have safe, uneventful trips. But the waters around it carry a documented specific risk that no sailing guide was adequately communicating before 2024. That risk is now on the record, and any
Don't put it on the record now. Because that happened, it stays, so don't put it on the record.
serious traveler heading there needs to account for it. From a place where the sea itself holds hidden danger, we move to one where the risks are more mixed, and where the story is genuinely more complicated than just good or bad. Number 6. Providenciales, Turks and Caicos. Grace Bay Beach is regularly named among the most beautiful beaches in the world. Brilliant turquoise water, powder white sand, calm, shallow waves stretching out to the reef. It looks like a screensaver. And for most tourists who stay on that beach and in those high-end resorts, the experience genuinely matches the picture. But this destination carries one of the most severe, least forgiving legal codes in the entire Caribbean, and it has already destroyed the lives of American tourists who had absolutely no idea what they were walking into. A single bullet, one loose round of ammunition in the bottom of your bag, left over from a hunting trip back home, rattling around in the lining of a coat you forgot to check, will get you arrested at customs the moment they find it.
You see the problem with them, don't walk with no bullet or hunting. But them, Jamaica fit be the #1 peaceful. It has show you all them places stay. Don't care.
Minimum mandatory sentence for possessing even one piece of live ammunition in Turks and Caicos is 12 years in prison. 12 years. Not a fine, not a warning. Prison. American travelers Ryan Watson and Sharita Greer became widely known examples of exactly this situation. Tourists who transported ammunition accidentally, without any criminal intent whatsoever, and found themselves facing that law in full, spending months in detention, and ultimately paying substantial fines to resolve their cases. The U.S. Embassy cannot override local law in these situations. What the law says is what happens. Beyond the ammunition issue, the general crime rate has been rising as the island's tourism economy smash and grab theft, opportunistic robbery, and scams targeting tourists.
Smash and grab and scam at tourists. Robbery.
Transportation hubs have all increased in recent years. The beach is genuinely spectacular, one of the best on Earth. But before you pack a single bag for this island, search every pocket of every piece of luggage, every coat you have ever worn near a shooting range or a hunting camp. And then search them again. Number 5. Anguilla. Now we start to shift gears, and this small British overseas territory is where the Caribbean genuinely begins to deliver on the promise it makes in every travel advertisement. Sitting just north of St. Martin and separated by a short ferry crossing, Anguilla is about as far from the headlines of the islands ranked above it as you can get. Crime against tourists here is about as close to zero as anything in the Caribbean actually achieves. The community
this close to zero. And yet still impede people. May I show you some place where it's unbelievable. In that 15. You pay people and I gotta tell people at Jamaica. I remember no people travel them because we travel a lot of these places. You gotta pay people and Jonas and tell them, so Jamaica, we are the most peaceful country in the Caribbean with a nasty self. If you stop this now, man, me say you will never get better if you not allow Andrew to continue with these bullshit. These are lies and myth. And them are idiots and them things and they put your fingertip in a man. Eh? Continue.
is small, roughly 18,000 permanent residents, and deeply interconnected. People know their neighbors. They know the visitors who come back year after year, and many do come back. There is a natural social fabric on a small island like this that makes criminal behavior difficult to hide and genuinely rare to begin with. When something does happen,
Angela, couldn't go expose quick. You hear this? Difficult for you.
The entire island knows within hours. That social accountability changes behavior in ways that no police force can fully replicate. The biggest practical legal warning on Anguilla has nothing to do with violence. Public nudity and topless sunbathing are completely illegal here, and are
We go there with your topless thing to me, girl. Them not in that. And walk up naked and then thing there. Hey, yeah, the violence, nothing at all. But Jamaica voted according to Andrew Willis, the most peaceful Caribbean island. This is the way I'm taking sickness can to a next level, you know.
taken seriously by local authorities. This is a socially conservative island, and visitors who respect those norms are received warmly and looked after. Drive on the left, British road rules apply, and be aware that local drivers sometimes stop suddenly in the middle of a road without signaling, which is simply the rhythm of life on a small island with light traffic and no need for formality. Taxis are priced on the higher side, but are completely safe and reliable. Rental cars give you the most freedom to discover the island's 33 beaches, and while the roads are not always in perfect condition, they are manageable in any standard vehicle. What this island offers instead of nightlife and crowds is something quieter and more lasting. Some of the most genuinely beautiful beaches in the entire Caribbean, a handful of exceptional restaurants, and the feeling of being somewhere real and unhurried, rather than somewhere manufactured specifically to process tourists.
That time in Jamaica.
Women traveling alone report feeling completely comfortable here at any hour of the day or night. That is not something you can say about the vast majority of the islands ranked above it on this list. And Anguilla is just the beginning of the good news, because number 4 has something it doesn't: an energy, a color, and a culture that people genuinely fall in love with the moment they arrive. Number 4. Curaçao. Dutch governance, Dutch legal standards, Dutch infrastructure investment, these are not glamorous selling points, but in the Caribbean, they matter more than any travel brochure will ever admit. Belonging
Hey, me don't hear so. Me have a family there here so. My mama and my kids them and they go down to the town. We call it William Stad, but Dillian Stad or something, kind of some Dutch something, or them pronounce it. The bridge, you know, go across. See the man with them lizard, you know, them have them big lizard, but now I tell you something. Them place are nice and cool here. They say a Jamaican down there and a man make him come down there, both man look work. The man they come down there and get job and the man sit down like him a wander way. See him on a bench, you know, I say the man make him spending money come down. A carpenter, you know, a trade man. Carpenter or mason, and him carpenter or mason. And him sit down there like the man time out, it's a sin. It's a sin. Yeah, but down there nice. Them places are nice. Yeah? Yeah, man. Continue.
to the Kingdom of the Netherlands, this island carries a foundation of institutional stability that shows in everything from the quality of the roads, to the reliability of the police force, to the overall health of the local economy. Violent crime against foreign visitors here is genuinely rare. The island is also one of the most welcoming destinations in the entire Caribbean for travelers of all backgrounds, with a long-standing cultural tradition of openness rooted in its history as a trading crossroad.
You see that bridge down there, so? That swing weapon, you know, like a man drive it in and just weapon, so. Let out that and then it go in back. That one, yeah. The lower one. Yeah, man.
Where dozens of nationalities coexisted for centuries. The capital, Willemstad, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Those rows of candy-colored Dutch colonial buildings lining the harbor waterfront are as real and as striking in person as they look in any photograph you have ever seen. Walking across the Queen Emma pontoon bridge as it swings open to let ships pass is one of those travel moments you genuinely remember. The main practical risks here are ordinary rather than alarming. Smash-and-grab car break-ins happen in tourist parking areas. Thieves who scan lots for phones, bags, or valuables visible through a window and break the glass in under 10 seconds. Do not leave anything visible in an unattended vehicle, ever. Unsupervised beaches after dark carry the same general opportunistic risk they do anywhere in the world, so stick to lit, populated areas at night. One legal note that catches visitors off guard. You are required by local law to carry a copy of your passport identification verification page at all times. Not the original document. A photocopy is fine, but you must have it, and authorities will ask. Curaçao also sits at the southern edge of the hurricane belt, well below the main track that Caribbean storms follow. Catastrophic direct hits are historically very rare, making it a reliably bookable destination across the full calendar year, something that genuinely matters when you are planning a vacation months in advance and cannot afford to gamble on weather. Number 3. The Cayman Islands. Something genuinely rare in the Caribbean exists here.
Can you imagine? Cayman Island in America, number 3, west side of we, but Anjo. Are they in Jamaica, the best, are the most peaceful. I like the peaceful than I Cayman too, you know. They're the number 3 on the list. Yeah? Number 3. And the most peaceful from the whole of them, yeah.
A destination where safety, infrastructure, medical care, and natural beauty all come together at a consistently high level, not just on a good day, but reliably, year after year. As a British overseas territory built around a thriving international financial sector, the Caymans enjoy one of the highest standards of living in the entire region, and that translates directly into low crime
In the entire region, can the money ever than US, you know? Yes.
rates, professional and well-funded emergency services, and healthcare facilities held to standards you would recognize from home rather than
Last time I go here, saw 1999, you know. And some mosquito bite me, but I go back, I just say, I come back there. A virgin tell me the other day, say, if you come, no man, but fix up even better now and them things. Then I say, mosquito bite me up. Them time I have to sleep, you have to put the mesh over your bed. Mesh, you have the bed with the post up there and put the mesh over it. Like the curtain mesh there. The mosquito, the long foot. I said, them that change doing some man. But me the boy not to go back there, you know. I'm the last. You so long me not go to Cayman. All right. Go to Cayman too, man. Tell you something, you know, the island, Andrew can't trick me, you know.
than the limited resources found on many other Caribbean islands. For travelers who take their health seriously, and at 60 plus that means every one of us, this matters enormously. Getting hurt or becoming seriously ill here means being treated in a real, well-equipped medical facility with trained staff and proper diagnostic equipment. That peace of mind has genuine value that no brochure adequately captures. The underwater world is legitimately world-class. 7 Mile Beach on Grand Cayman is consistently ranked among the best beaches on Earth. Clean, calm, and beautifully maintained. Stingray City, where you can wade into
when you look on them 7 Mile Beach, if you see a hotel lock off the beach, them people, you can't go to the beach, come here. You see a hotel lock off the
and healthcare facilities held to standards you would same general opportunistic risk they do anywhere in the world. So stick to southern edge of the hurricane belt, well below the main track that Caribbean storms follow. Catastrophic direct hits are historically very rare.
You notice when you can't see beach, you don't have a big fence around off, like in Jamaica.
Making it a reliably bookable destination across the full calendar year, something that genuinely matters when you are planning a vacation months in advance and cannot afford to gamble on weather. Number 3. The Cayman Islands. Something genuinely rare in the Caribbean exists here. A destination where safety, infrastructure, medical care, and natural beauty all come together at a consistently high level. Not just on a good day, but reliably, year after year. As a British overseas territory built around a thriving international financial sector, the Caymans enjoy one of the highest standards of living in the entire region, and that translates directly into low crime rates, professional and well-funded emergency services, and healthcare facilities held to standards you would recognize from home rather than the limited resources found on many other Caribbean islands. For travelers who take their health seriously, and at 60 plus that means every one of us, this matters enormously. Getting hurt or becoming seriously ill here means being treated in a real, well-equipped medical facility with trained staff and proper diagnostic equipment. That peace of mind has genuine value that no brochure adequately captures. The underwater world is legitimately world-class. 7 Mile Beach on Grand Cayman is consistently ranked among the best beaches on Earth. clean, calm, and beautifully maintained. Stingray City, where you can wade into shallow sandbars and interact with southern stingrays that have been visiting this spot for generations, is one of those experiences that stays with you. The coral walls off the western coast attract divers from around the world. Restaurants and shops meet international standards consistently, not occasionally. Crime against tourists is low enough that most visitors complete their entire trip without a single uncomfortable moment. The warnings that do exist are specific. The same ammunition laws that create catastrophic problems in Turks and Caicos apply here with equal force. A single bullet casing in your luggage means arrest and prosecution, no exceptions. Check your bags thoroughly before you fly. And if you plan to spend time on Little Cayman, the smallest of the 3 islands, be aware that it has only a small clinic operating on limited weekday hours. Emergency helicopter evacuation coverage through your travel insurance is not optional if you are going there. It is essential common sense. Number 2 on this list has been called the most beautiful island in the Caribbean by people who have traveled to every single one of them. And having heard what they have to say, it is very hard to argue. Number 2, Aruba. One happy island is how this place markets itself. And while that kind of cheerful branding usually deserves a healthy dose of skepticism from anyone who has been around long enough to know that marketing and reality rarely match, here the slogan is backed up by something real and measurable. The crime rate against tourists is among the lowest in the entire Caribbean. The police presence in resort areas, along Palm Beach, at Eagle Beach, throughout the capital of Oranjestad, is visible, professional, and genuinely consistent. The infrastructure works reliably. The tap water is clean and safe to drink. No need to buy bottled water for the duration of your stay. No concerns about ice in your glass at a restaurant. For travelers who have dealt with stomach trouble from water on other Caribbean trips, that simple fact is worth a great deal. And then there is the geography, which is perhaps this island's single greatest practical advantage. Aruba sits well outside the hurricane belt. A direct hit from a major Caribbean storm occurs statistically about once every 30 years. That means when the rest of the region is bracing for hurricane season from June through November, when flights get canceled, resorts get damaged, and entire vacation plans collapse, this island continues operating under warm sun and steady trade winds with no disruption. The practical risks are minimal, but worth knowing. Leaving electronics or valuables in a rented open-top vehicle creates easy targets for opportunistic theft. The soft-top Jeeps popular with tourists are simply not secure when parked and unattended. The northeastern beaches facing the open Atlantic, Boca Quito, Andacuri Beach, the rugged, wild coastline, are spectacular to look at but have no lifeguards, and ocean currents powerful enough to pull even strong, experienced swimmers into serious danger run along that shore. Stick to the sheltered western beaches for swimming. The sun here is intense year-round, sitting close to the equator. Sunscreen applied once in the morning is nowhere near enough for a full day outdoors. Reapply every 2 hours. Drink water consistently throughout the day, and do not underestimate what 8 hours of equatorial sun does to unprotected skin. Even skin that has been in the sun before. Taxis are licensed and operate on government-set fares, making them safe and predictable. Confirm the price before you get in, since the vehicles do not use meters. Number 1. St. Barth's. A murder rate of 0. Not low, 0. Petty crime is rare enough that when it does occur, it is genuinely newsworthy among locals. This French overseas collectivity called St. Barthélemy, St. Barth's to everyone who has been there, operates by a standard of safety and quality of life that most Caribbean islands cannot come close to matching. You can walk to dinner.
You hear them thing, man? And just a Jamaica, the number 1, and them vote. I pay money for this, you know. But these things are not real. They are myths.
After dark, sit on a quiet beach alone well past sunset, and feel genuinely, completely safe. Not because you have been fortunate, but because the social and institutional fabric of this place makes violence essentially absent from daily life, in a way that is simply not true almost anywhere else in the Caribbean. The practical risks here are logistical rather than criminal. The mountain roads are narrow, steep, and full of sharp blind curves. Rent a small SUV or a 4x4 rather than a low sedan, drive slowly, and pay full attention to what is around each corner. The beach at Toyney on the eastern shore has powerful, unpredictable currents and is not safe for swimming under any conditions. The calm, sheltered waters at Grand Cul-de-Sac and St. John Bay are where you want to be in the water. Use sunscreen and insect repellent. And in the evenings, basic common sense about not wearing expensive jewelry visibly in public protects you from the occasional opportunistic petty theft. It is not inexpensive, quite costly in fact, and that is not a secret. But if what you are looking for is a place in the Caribbean that is genuinely beautiful, genuinely safe, and where no State Department advisory, no crime warning, and no horror story applies, this is it. This is the
St. Bart's, no state, nothing at all. Andrew, as I said before, Andrew said Jamaica the most people in the Caribbean, and that's a lie. I'm going for them places. Trinidad no good neither. We got Trinidad. Me know them places. Me go them place. We keep show down there, not Trinidad. Listen, see, me tell you, but Andrew come with just garbage. Garbage. We're going for these places. Me, I tell you when I talk a garbage. But yes, still them have somebody where write that, and Andrew I tell you, with the most, this is lie. The 3% lie again. The man too dangerous at time for running, my man. If you stop it, man. I remember, you know, if you're not aiding and betting with these lies, when you never get nothing done, you know. Him start believing in one lie. A good thing you have people like me, but fact check him. Me not just say a lie, we are fact checking. You can go look it up yourself and fact check it. All of these things are lie. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica start now tell you over 700 people now have a job. But them now look at job. 50,000 I look, now the 50,000 I get. Eh? Oh, we're full employed and you have over you have more than that, you know. But just go back where them put you. Eh? All them people that survive. But you go in a ghetto, them get up and work same time. I remember just recap, match up Johncrow jacket. You just call the government criminal, you know. Yes. You know, but when you football them on a family member down there and things, just tell them, yo, when you see Andrew, just stop put out them liar. Statistical Institute and PIO, you want to run them where do all of them put out is garbage. You can't have more than 3/4 million people now work and you say you're full employed. And I tell we know, like them are a human being and them now family member. You know so much barrel people have to send that money down there to balance these people. Oh, them no want to work. Most of them are mothers and fathers. Them not have no job. Them don't. And the truth is, like factory, new factory, I build upon them thing that can absorb the whole of them. Yeah, so them are out of job for a very long time. And the government now do not about that, but tell you lie. Oh, them they know about them no want a job, all them survive. That don't make no sense. Yeah? That is garbage. And we don't have garbage with them, you know. We don't. We not run a garbage with you, know, brother. We not do it. Let me just tell the fam no. Hey, do remember, tomorrow 11, so me just account on my days, that 9 days. Wiz, he said me for play the tune, you know, but me have to play that tomorrow, you know. Yeah, because your earth song about not today or tomorrow. Tomorrow, 11th. Yeah. Gregory Isaac, John Merciless, me. I know for winner this month. Bujo, what? Yeah, the 15th, Bantan. Bantan a good brethren, man. Bantan good, you know. Bantan good, man. Bantan have clean, good heart. I hear them run up and down and chat about bullshit. Bantan, I'm a vice Bantan too, you know. Yeah, man, them Bantan, you should go by Bantan, go vice Bantan. Man, Bujo, a genuine smart, you know. No follow some of them nastiness I went up and down about Bujo, you know. Bujo great, Bujo good. Big up yourself, Bantan. Saying, yes. Big up Bujo, yeah, man, enough salute, same way. Bantan good. Cape Town good too. My family same way, Cape Town. The man that sister right to man. Saying, our pipe, big up yourself, brother. Saying, so Bantan too, you know. So, you know, Gregory Isaac, John Bantan, me, Mark Golin, Emperor Selassie, Haile Selassie, 23rd. That the foodie too, you know, that the foodie, you know, melting pot, the 24th. That the foodie too, and, you know, so yes. Same, my granddaughter at the 4th, carrying again, and, you know, so it continues, so great people. Andrew, if you just go away, remember just put up my thing here, so here. Oh, you mean? Hey, Hector Tony, I see your purchase a 2 ticket, and I see it running for me thing. Yeah, man, I see a thing, you know. And King, yeah, man, King do fear thing too, you know, different too, you know. And my virgin can I said, what's up, you know, I feel big, I said, no, we just I say, and them now reach, you know, I'm a big him up in my key. But yeah, this now, you see, you say, nah, man, your thing, them, but support you, you know, because you did a few years and thing, and you want to go play music. Even if we don't make it, we still buy some ticket, we still support. But you have to call me name, and I say, no, because hear this now. Me just like show some appreciation and say, yes. Who they are coming? And who not make it them still have? I said, make we purchase 2 tickets or 4 tickets or do with them and do that good same way. That's a support. If you know, say, you're not the boat and the flesh, but you're the boat and I go and watch and say, we could go and support, go on some Earth Strong. And same thing I run across my screen there, you know. Yes, I run across my screen. I can play some tune, and I drop some tune from the 50s, come up with our Warriors, 60s. I was specializing in them thing there, you know, 70s. I remember be R&B, you know. I remember me going there, so one of my TikTok, I remember me as a professor in the music, me never join our music. No joke thing, you know. If we join our music, but we listen. Yeah, them join our music, then we can't tell them, man. You know, we have some artist brethren and some soul man brethren when I know this. You know, if you're going out here, we can't tell us that song that year that you'll take this off. And enough of our brethren them do that. And enough of the man them in a reggae when them hear that them they even know say, well, this is a cover version and that year they and that tune that come out of that year. They can't tell them, man. You know, you keep it real around this, you know. Anyway, tomorrow again, you know. We there, you know, we not stop beat and teach. Here, me out. Later. I'm up.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We not make them get in a them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We not make them get in a them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber dude.
I'm not a Judas, them a backstabber. I'm my wife, and this straight beauty and glamour. No guy can walk to name me with no dagger. Make the heart of Mandela, but the mind of a Zama in the mold. Like a bull man, we send us the jammer. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to lyrics line to line. Become a lyrical fighter. Put up in the rhythm, they load some more hole in a hater. Lyrically inclined.